Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the weekly forecast for the Twin Flame Collective for the week ahead. And so I feel this is going to be a big, massive week of changes for the collective. On Monday, February the 5th, this date has really stuck with me for a long time. And so I do feel this is a big, big day on Monday with the Sun sextile Chiron. We also have Venus forming a square to Chiron. And so I feel there's going to be a lot of tower energy. There's going to be a lot of upheaval. There is like a major karmic soul shift because we also have Mercury entering into Aquarius on February the 5th. And that same day, we are going to have Mercury conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees 29. And so this is indicating great change, a lot of upheaval, and a lot of deep healing energies. And so let's get right into this. Remember, this is not sign specific. Also, try not to attach too much to the gender roles when I associate divine masculine and divine feminine energies to the journey. We all have both of these energies internally, and so you might find yourself teetering between working with either the masculine collective or the feminine collective, wherever you're at when it comes to your alignment process. But I feel this is giving us all the push collectively to go through this karmic soul shift, to go towards true love, new love. And so I do feel we kind of got to release these superficial relationships. We have to release the superficiality if we are to go towards real spiritual soulful connections, right? We got to release the lacking connections to go towards true love. And so it is both an alignment and an upheaval is what I feel, because both the Sun sextile Chiron and Venus square Chiron, both are going to be at 16 degrees 10. And so the Sun sextile Chiron is going to take place in the morning, and then the Venus square Chiron is going to take place later. But both of these placements will be at 16 degrees 10, which is kind of like fated, destined upheaval and change. It's the tower energy with the wheel. And so I feel the energy is kind of bring forward this push. It's showing no mercy when it comes to going out of these karmic cycles. And so this is likely going to lead to some type of crisis or unplanned loss this week, but it's also going to trigger some deep healing energies. It's this inner awakening is what I feel. It's an inner tower. It's an inner awakening when it comes to this profound transformation journey. I was shown a key, and so there's a lot of past wounds I feel coming up, and I know I was kind of sifting in a lot of past memories on the weekend as the moon traversed through Scorpio. Whenever the moon moves through Scorpio, it's always shining a light or a shadow on my subconscious, because my 9th house is Scorpio. And so it brought up a lot of past wounds on the weekend for me. A lot of past traumas kind of resurfaced for a deeper layer of understanding, a deeper layer of healing and clearing. And so I know many in the collective, oh, that cat hair on my lips. I know many in the collective are struggling to find a solid sense of self-worth. I was definitely struggling with self-worth issues, feelings of abandonment. And, you know, we need to remember the journey is about loving ourselves. And so huge potential for healing this week. But we must be willing to self-reflect. We must be willing to go through self-discovery was a message, and we have to embrace personal growth. So for me, it was a major clearing of that higher heart chakra that felt very heavy last week. That feeling has dissipated. It's gone. And it was like a massive purge. And so I feel like we got to find the harmony in this wounded beauty, right? And so woundedness can kind of be a little bit euphoric, a little bit beautiful. And so all of this clearing is to get us to a state of knowing that we are worthy of love, beauty, and harmony. And so a reevaluation took place for me on the weekend when it comes to my limiting beliefs, anyway, collective limiting beliefs. And so how can we realign to these new cosmic energies? I feel many of us are feeling utterly defeated. I know I spoke to several divine feminines, and it's really a teetering on, we're really not sure what's next, right? So on Wednesday, February the 7th, we have the Sun sextile North Node. And so this is always karmic energy. Whenever there is a North Node transit, I always feel this is karmic, right? The North Node is karmic energy. It's our karmic pathway. And so the sun in Aquarius sextile North Node in Aries at 18 degrees 51. And so this is like the moon with the 10 of Cups vibration. I was shown the Fool with the 4 of Cups. And we need to remember the journey is very difficult at times. And even in the face of deep heartbreak and deep loss, it's always an opportunity for growth and to find the golden pathway towards fulfillment. And so with the sun in the 4th house of deep collective and family roots, I feel many in the masculine collective might be having to face a difficult decision. It's the energy of like ripping the rose-colored band-aids off, or band-aids, rose-colored glasses, ripping the band-aid off, rose-colored glasses off. And I do feel there's like a tower coming for the divine feminine. I was shown the tower with the 9 of Cups for the divine feminine. But I feel this is us harnessing this power of transformation that we've been on the journey for so long. The ability to find the light in any chaotic circumstances that are kind of taking place. But I feel the masculines are very much struggling in the energies this week, especially with Venus square the North Node. So Wednesday is going to be a big day. I was shown the Justice card with the Devil. And so the masculine's kind of gotten himself in this moral dilemma, is the energy is coming through, in a moral dilemma, in a state of conflict, because there's lies and betrayal. And I feel all of this is being drudged up, and it might even be borderline criminal, because the masculine has played into these lustful addictions and temptations for so long. I feel the feminine's in the state of the Moon and the Queen of Swords and silently moving on. Silently releasing the connection and moving on. And so I was shown with Venus in the 9th house. I was shown the Lovers with the High Priestess. And so this is like a powerful, intuitive understanding coming forward when it comes to this twin flame mystical connection, the understanding of one another and the thoughts and the emotions that we emit through the chakra body without words. I think there is a deeper understanding of this on the feminine's half of the journey, and I do feel the feminine's at a place of making a hidden decision. The feminine goes through the journey first, and we look beyond the surface, we look beyond the hidden, and we uncover all of these past life truths, all of these Akashic memories and truths. And the masculine stays in this state of karma, of this karmic cycle, of this place of tension between values and the sense of woundedness. And so a lot of the masculine stay in the state of woundedness in the karmic cycle because they're unwilling to go into resolving all of these unresolved issues when it comes to self-worth and self-love and inner beauty. And so I feel this week really is pushing the masculine to have that tower. I was shown the tower with the Knight of Wands with Venus trine Uranus playing out. So Wednesday's a big day. We've got all of these Venus aspects, and Venus is all about money and love and relationships. And so I do feel Wednesday is likely going to be the day of this sudden upheaval, and we've been feeling this building. And so there is a need to take swift action. It felt like a sense of urgency with the Tower and the Knight of Wands, and the Sun and the Strength card was shown to me very strongly with this transit. We're going to have Venus in Capricorn in the 6th house. We're going to have Uranus in Taurus in the 10th house. I was shown the Magician with the 2 of Swords and the Star with the 3 of Swords. And so the Sun and the Strength is a big indication, I feel, of joy and success, but we have to open up our heart to the new. We have to be willing to release the old. And so if you have the courage and the self-love to take a risk and to open up your heart, then you will be rewarded with joy and a happy outcome. And so there's a shift taking place this week when it comes to powerful personal growth and healing. I feel the feminine is evoking all of these powerful contrasting emotions for her manifesting skills. And I feel the masculine is realizing finally the feminine has control over the journey, control over her own life. And we've harnessed this trust, I feel. And so in the end, everything always works out as divinely orchestrated, as divinely planned. And so I feel the masculine's in a state of deep heartbreak, facing the past life betrayal and this deep emotional pain. That's what it felt like in the energies on the weekend. A period of very difficult emotional healing. But we have to confront this past pain. It has to come to the surface. Otherwise, we're going to keep recreating these cycles of suffering, and then we're never going to move forward with that 0 point. And so what I journaled was buckle up, buttercup. Buckle up, buttercup. It's that feeling you get when you find out maybe your partner cheated on you or betrayed you, or that you lost something you hold dear. And so that's where I feel a lot of the masculines are at, as the feminine kind of severs the negative attachment to the connection and chooses to kind of move on from this state of lack, right? Because this is where we're at. We go through this ascension process. We go through this awakening and this soul recognition, and the masculine stay stuck in the karmic cycle, and the feminine stay stuck in this energy of the Hierophant and the Five of Cups. And like for me, it's been like 5 years or more, and I've been in this state of Hierophant and Five of Cups. And so I've been feeling this pressure to take it within, to take the light within, to go into this state of deep introspection so I can release all of this Five of Cups energy that I've been in personally. And so I also feel with the Sun square Uranus on Thursday, this is the masculine feeling pressure to stay in that conformed status quo foundation, or like stay in that state of family expectations, even though he's got all of these overwhelming feelings of loss and regret and grief and abandonment. As the feminine, I feel, withdraws her light, takes that light back, contains that light, and goes within. And so I feel the masculine's in this state of death with the Knight of Wands, as the feminine goes into this deep state of reflection of the Hermit with the Four of Swords. And so I feel like this is also the energy of suggesting for the feminine. After a long period of introspection and soul searching, you have found this place of inner harmony and stability because you've achieved this spiritual enlightenment. And so I feel this is flipping the script, flipping the switch, and the masculine knows it's time to take action. It's this call to action to let go of the past and embrace the future. It's the energy of needing to act now, think later. And so the feminine goes into this state of the Hermit and the Four of Swords in order to go into the state of Four of Wands. And so I feel right now collectively we're in a very challenging time period that really requires open-mindedness. Flexibility was a word that came through, because I feel collectively you can feel, if you're empathic, blessing and a curse, you can feel the collective uneasiness, the fear, the anxiety, this feeling of impending change, impeding doom and gloom. And so there's going to be unpredictable tower moments this week, I feel, for profound growth and self-awareness leading up to the new moon in Aquarius, because we got to kind of break free from the crowd. We got to break free from family traditions and conformity for this new Earth mission. And so Friday, February the 9th, mark your calendars. I will be going live at noon with Lisa McFadden from the Spirit Lounge, and I have shared a post on the community tab. If you haven't already, do feel free to hit that subscribe button and join the channel. There's also a membership side I forgot to mention at the beginning of the reading. If you'd like to join the membership side of the channel, please feel free to do that. There will be a link to join the channel below in the description box if you do not see a join button just below the video. Also, I would like to mention I am offering a 5-week online in-person video tarot class. If you'd like to join the class, there will be a video card up above for you to join the class. I would love to have you join me over the course of 5 weeks to learn the tarot. It's going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the live event with Lisa, please. It will be a lot of fun. But let's talk about the Aquarius new moon. The new moon is going to be at 20 degrees 40. It's going to take place in my local area at 17 degrees 58, which is the star with the Four of Wands vibration. 20 is the energy of judgment, and 40 is the energy of the Page of Cups. And so I feel we are at this place of emotional renewal. If you've done the work, if you've put in the work, we are at this place of planting that seed for emotional renewal. I feel I'm ready for this fresh new start. And so this is what the energy is bringing forward. This is potential, though. We all have free will. We can choose not to plant these seeds. But I feel we've gone through significant emotional and spiritual growth. And I know many of the feminines are ready for a fresh start in the romantic sphere. We're ready for a romantic partner, a lifetime partnership. And so I feel this is the week to take stock of your entire life. It's a week to take stock. It's a week to make a clear and final decision about your path, about your life purpose and to plant those seeds. And I feel on the flip side, it is a wake-up call for the divine masculine to find that clarity he needs to make the right decision, and to go ahead and to embrace the spiritual path. And so I feel a lot of inner knowledge is being revealed this week for the divine masculine, the awakening of the heart and the mind. It's all opening, as I feel a lot of us are receiving some spiritual insights, a deeper understanding of our love life, of these toxic patterns, and what we need to do to make a purposeful decision to not recreate the karma moving forward. And so I do feel this is a time, this new moon in Aquarius, for clear communication, honest communication, emotional exploration, rational thinking, intellectual connections, I feel, telepathical connections. And it is also a time of rest and renewal after this period of going through all of this emotional upheaval or previous crises. And so I do feel after the new moon in Aquarius, we're going into a collective recovery phase, but we're not quite done yet, because on Saturday, January the 10th, we're going to have Mercury square Jupiter. And so this is, I feel, the big bang, the big bang with the karmic energy, because I was shown the strength with the Three of Cups, the strength with the Queen of Wands as the moon enters into Pisces. And so this is a very karmic energy of not wanting to let go. And with Mercury square Jupiter at 8 degrees 22, this is the strength with the Fool energy. And so this is the masculine, I feel, being oppressed by the devil, because we have Mercury in Aquarius in the 12th house of Aquarius at 4 degrees 15, which is Emperor Devil energy. And we're going to have Jupiter in Taurus in the 2nd house of Taurus, which is triggering a dragon's head and tail energy collectively, because the 2nd and the 8th house is linked to dragon's head and tail energy. And so the 2nd house deals with self-worth, self-value, and the 8th house is the house of death. And so Taurus in the 2nd house of Taurus at 27 degrees 27 is like the Ace of Wands energy on flipping steroids. It's fire, it's action, it's passion, it's creativity. And so there's like great potential next weekend, on the weekend. I feel the masculines are obsessed with the divine feminine. There's lustful temptation all around them. There's all of this potential destructive forces. There's a struggle, I feel, between materialism and responsibility and love. And I feel the feminine is just on fire. And so there's this great potential, but with great potential comes great challenges. And so this very powerful energy of a new beginning, but we do have to find the courage and the determination to make our dreams a reality. We can't just sit on the couch and hope for things to change. We actually have to take action, right? So I feel this is a warning for the masculine. Consequences are being kind of dished out. There is a need to get in control of any addictions, of any temptations. And if that doesn't apply to you, divine masculine, then scrap it. It doesn't apply to you. Then you obviously are through that healing process. But I do feel the feminine is being reminded of the importance of community at this point in time. I know for myself, the most joy I'm getting out of my life right now is with my soul sisters and my group of friends and my tribe of beautiful soul women that have journeyed with me throughout the years and growing the online community on the membership side. It's beautiful, right? So we can experience great joy and abundance without the counterpart and without sacrificing our morals and our values, right? A lot of the feminines go through growth, self-development. We find our inner strength and we take that outward action to create these changes, all the while the masculine stays in the materialistic status quo of the dark night of the soul energy, and the feminine kind of harnesses her passion and pulls herself out. But we do need to also remember to exercise patience as a lesson for the feminine, patience and compassion. Because what did I write? After all, it is a journey. Isn't that funny? I drive a Dodge journey. You can't dodge the journey. You can't spiritually bypass. And then I wrote, I channeled LOL, which made me laugh. Because my grandmother always used to put LOL at the end of everything she would ever write on Facebook. And she had no idea for years and years that she would write LOL. She thought it meant lots of love. So I thought I would mention that. My grandmother, rest her dear soul, she passed away on the 7-Eleven portal in 2016 before she even got to meet my little Savvy. But let's jump in with the cards. Let's see what else needs to come through. Also, keep in mind, keep in mind to look out for. I've got a divine feminine channeling here that we're going to go through on a separate video along with the divine masculine. So keep an eye for that. That is going to be posted on the membership side. So if you haven't joined the membership side of the channel, check it out. You might want to head on over there. There's going to be all kinds of members only content and videos over on the membership side. And let's jump in with the cards. All right, we're going to jump into the divine masculine energy first. We'll see what the main energies are surrounding the divine masculine collective. I'm using the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck by the Lightworkers Tarot and Oracle channel. Go check her out. All right, let's see what needs to come through for the divine masculine. Okay, the masculine's getting triggered. I feel he's getting put to the test. Because I feel the feminine's come into soul alignment. And so this is pushing the integration of self-worth and reconciliation on the masculine side. Yeah, there's the divine masculine bottom of the deck. Karmic lesson. So that's what's happening this week. Divine feminine, nourish yourself as the masculine is triggered into all of these deep familial wounds. So if you're being triggered and going down out of nowhere, like I kind of did on the weekend, it's likely a sign that the masculine is in a deep state of resolving some past life wounding with the karmic contract, with the karmic lesson that is needing to reach completion. So nourish yourself, divine feminine, go within, treat your whole life as sacred as the masculine goes through this very painful karmic experience and works through this very painful lesson of all of these past life wounds that have created blocks with these negative repetitive patterns that have not allowed the twins to come together in a state of healing. And so I do feel a massive release for the divine masculine. There's a triggering energy, right? I feel the feminines come into some type of soul alignment, which triggers the masculine into these states of unworthiness. And so I do feel there's an integration of purpose happening at this time, mission work. And I do feel a lot of the masculines are being put to the test and they are struggling with self-worth. And that is a block to this reconciliation. I feel the masculine's receiving visions about the feminine, about a reconciliation on the horizon, maybe even dreaming about the divine feminine, receiving prophetic messages from the divine feminine. They know there's a reunion on the horizon. And so whatever triggers are coming up, it is to address the toxic patterns, to bring up the negative behavior that needs to be course corrected before the masculine can head towards the divine feminine. So let's see what energies need to come through for the divine feminine. These kind of just flipped right over. So we get symptoms, protection, energy cords. So that's just confirming that you are protected. And I do feel a lot of the feminines, as we align and we are open to receiving the love that we have prayed for, we do need to protect ourselves, right? Because we're going to have all kinds of moths to the flame. We're going to have all kinds of past life negative karmic attachments trying to cord to us to prevent this union, this reconciliation, and it will affect our emotional, physical, and mental health. So do protect your energy and vision a protection bubble around you. I do feel the feminine has gone through a massive release, or will be this week, preparing for a renewal. Yeah, and so be careful. I do feel there's going to be a lot of people from the past coming back around when it comes to old patterns, old memories, unhealthy energies. And so there's going to be a decision that needs to be made. I feel a lot of the feminines are transmuting the collective ascension manifestation of these unions. You might be tired, you might want to sleep a lot, you might be drained of energy as the masculine goes through this evaluation process. I do feel we're journeying even higher into higher states of consciousness, which is really highlighting the people in our lives that have kept us stuck and stagnant. And so I do feel there's a need to embrace stepping out of a certain situation. It might be a group of friends, it might be a work situation or a karmic partnership, but there's fear surrounding letting something go. So, oh, this one flew way over here. So I think there's a new outlook coming for the divine feminine. I do feel the feminine is going towards a completely new life, a completely new cycle. And I do feel this forgiveness, this energy of the heart is intensifying right now. I do feel a lot of the masculines are opening up their heart and the feminines are feeling this, and we're addressing this intense energy. I do feel the feminine has kind of liberated her heart and has offered forgiveness. And I do feel this is very prophetic energy coming through. So let's jump in with the divine masculine first, and we will see what needs to come through for him. And I do feel guided to use the Archangel Tarot. We get the King of Cups, or the King of Raphael, and the Page of Michael, Page of Swords. And so I do feel the masculine. Oh, look at the, like, there's like the Titan energy from Atlantis. We get the 2 fish, so Pisces energy. The masculine is supposed to be this very warm, generous, honorable, and refined person, right? We're here to communicate. Communication. I feel there's communication coming. But I feel the masculine's not sure if you're going to tell him to go fly a kite as he texts you a message, because I think he, he was not honorable to you in the past. But I feel like the masculine's got to face some challenges. There's like a storm brewing, right? And I feel Spirit's been hounding him like, hey, you have what it takes to succeed, divine masculine, but you got to review a contract here. So a review, a powerful review, symbolic review. So let's see what energies need to come through for the divine masculine for a Gabriel. Release yourself from a burdensome situation, divine masculine. Yeah, I think release yourself from a burdensome situation, divine masculine. We've got a masculine here that I feel maybe somebody's been pulling on their heartstrings, which has really affected the divine masculine in the mind space. I do feel there's a lot of unnecessary worry about a burdensome situation before the masculine can go towards this abundant cycle with the divine feminine. And so there's a lot of refocusing of these negative thoughts. I think there's a lot of fearful thoughts. It's the completion of a cycle. And there's a lot of feelings of guilt and regret that the masculine is needing to work through before he can come forward with a solid offer. And just feels like this has been such a long and daunting process, right? And so I just feel like there's so much for the twins to accomplish. It is a lifelong dedication to the journey, right? And so there's a need to kind of fine tune something here for the masculine. I feel he's being watched. I do feel he's being very closely watched by the karmic. And so I do feel there might be some struggles with finances at this time. But I feel he knows he needs to take the next steps towards the feminine if he wants prosperity to come towards him. So I feel there's the crossroads, there's the pivot point, and the masculine knows with the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Gabriel, there's something that needs to be walked away from. And I do feel it's going to be painful to walk away from a karmic situation. So the masculine's going to have to release the past. He's going to have to grow from that situation. And, time kind of does heal all wounds. I remember the first several months of the separation, I thought I was going to die. I really never thought I would ever be open to something on the other side of this. And so I'm kind of in this place of maybe there is something better out there beyond this whole dramatic twin flame journey, right? But I feel, we're on a spiritual quest. So it's kind of time to heal those wounds. So we're going to dig into the divine feminine, judgment. So there is a new beginning. I feel a lot of the feminines are making that judgment call, and that's the energy of the Aquarian new moon. And I know for me, the new moon is going to be in my 12th house, and I'm ready for a new beginning. I'm ready to just dig into my purpose, dig into a new life. And I've kind of gotten to this place of forgiving the past. I've gone through many years of reviewing and understanding the cycles and where I played a toxic role in all of these unhealthy relationships. But I'm ready. I'm ready for that new beginning. So I feel a lot of the feminines are finding their purpose, finding their path, and doing what they know is right for them on this spiritual quest. Yeah, the feminines are going to have a major epiphany this week. I feel the divine is just gliding you along, right? Both major arcanas to a brand new beginning. Page of Ariel, Page of Michael. Oh my gosh, Ace of Michael, 7 of Ariel. And so I want to say you've really invested wisely in the journey on yourself. We get the peace energy or the death. And so I feel you've released the past. You've transformed, and now you've let go and you've let God. And so I feel there's a more enriching future coming for the divine feminine. Now we have the Queen of Cups. And so there is kind of like a true pair there, right? And there's that Five of Cups. And so I feel the feminines have been really up in their emotions, or will be, when it comes to understanding that everything kind of happens for a reason, right? Release the past, release the regret. I feel the feminines, you know, are coming into a lot of trustworthy psychic information. You're very kind, you're understanding, you're giving, and you're psychic and you're empathic. And so we have to master discernment as to who deserves the undying empathy that we give to others. And so release the past, because I feel there's like this silver lining coming forward, and there's truth, there's a new beginning. I think everything is coming forward with truthful perception. I feel, you know, you might have to deliver some blunt messages to people, but I feel there might be a new offer coming forward, a new idea. Take this idea and run with it, Divine Feminine, because I do feel it's going to bring you a lot of spiritual growth. I feel there's a lot of new information coming, and it's time to make those plans for a brand new endeavor. I feel go into meditation. The answers will come through meditation, but I feel take joy in the growth that you've experienced from this journey, and take that and be a light to others, because it really isn't about the external other person. It really is about you and taking the journey within. And so release indecision. I do feel there's a new beginning in love here, but it first and foremost does require you to go into the past emotional experience that you don't want to keep recreating, so you can call in a more fulfilling romantic relationship. And so I do feel a lasting relationship is around the corner, so keep your eyes on the big prize there, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. So let's get a closing message. We're going to keep it short and sweet this week, guys. So yeah, stop overthinking. Stop overthinking. Overthinking is never healthy. It keeps us stuck in an Eight of Swords mental prison. Let go of the obsessive thought patterns and spend some time in quiet meditation. What else do the twins need to be aware of with the energies this week? You have been pouring yourself into everything and everyone. What about you? So what about you? I think that's a strong message for the Queen of Pentacles. And I noticed the light above me just kind of flickered. And my stepfather just installed a brand new light yesterday. Okay. So maturity, recognizing that you've gained wisdom from a lesson and knowing when it's time to walk away. So I feel we're learning a lot of lessons this week. Yeah, your spiritual path is illuminated, and know when to walk away. So I feel, for me, I've been journaling a lot. I feel journaling will help us bring forward even more ideas and epiphanies. I feel this is where the feminine is at. It's time to speak up and be heard. What you learned on the journey matters, and people need to hear that. And so I feel you need to get honest. We all need to get honest about what is going on right now in the collective. And we need to go within and ask Spirit for that guidance, right? Because we're kind of all at a major pivot point. They do want me to pull one last message from the Angels of Atlantis deck. Oh, look at that. Trust. So trust is required as we receive this inspirational healing, as we receive all of this from the angelic kingdom above. Okay, what's on the bottom of the deck? Planetary cycles. And so this is what divine timing is. It is all about these planetary cycles. And so if you see how the planets move forward and backward, it's kind of like a little lock, like you would lock on your locker, right? And so everything is intricately designed, right, through these planetary cycles. And so how can you show yourself some grace? I do feel the energy of your spirit is going to be free like a dove after we close out this planetary cycle and we come into all of this divine higher wisdom. And so I think we're kind of seeing the hope at the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. And there's the divine feminine with the empathy card and the lotus, and you are rising towards a brand new beginning. So show yourself compassion, divine feminine. And that's what I have for the twins for the week ahead, guys. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can either check out the description box below, or you can look above throughout the video. I will place several tags throughout the video for options for you to click to book a reading with me. I would love to get that booked in for you. And I hope to see you all again next time. Have a great week ahead, everybody. Thank you.